Air Marshal is a three-star air officer rank which originated in and continues to be used by the Royal Air Force. The rank is also used by the air forces of many countries which have historical British influence, and it is sometimes used as the English translation of an equivalent rank in countries which have a non-English Air Force-specific rank structure. Officers in the rank of Air Marshal typically hold very senior appointments such as Commander-in-Chief of an Air Force or a large Air Force formation. Officers in the ranks of Air Chief Marshal and Air Vice Marshal are also referred to generically as Air Marshals. Occasionally, Air Force officers of Marshal rank are considered to be Air Marshals. Seniority. Air Marshal is a three-star rank and has a NATO ranking code of 8, equivalent to a Vice Admiral in the Royal Navy or a Lieutenant General in the British Army or the Royal Marines. The rank of Air Marshal is immediately senior to the rank of Air Vice Marshal and immediately subordinate to the rank of Air Chief Marshal. Origins. Prior to the adoption of RAF-specific rank titles in 1919, it was suggested that the RAF might use the Royal Navy's officer ranks, with the word Air inserted before the naval rank title. For example, the rank that later became Air Marshal would have been Air Vice Admiral. The Admiralty objected to any use of their rank titles, including this modified form, and so an alternative proposal was put forward. Air officer ranks would be based on the term Ardian, which was derived from a combination of the Gaelic words for chief and bird, with the term second Ardian or wing Ardian being used specifically for the rank equivalent to a Vice Admiral and Lieutenant General. However, Air Marshal was preferred and was adopted on 1 August 1919. The rank of Air Marshal was first used on the 11th of August 1919 when Sir Hugh Trenchard was promoted to the rank, and it has been used ever since. The Australian Air Corps adopted the RAF rank system on 9 November 1920, and this usage was continued by its successor, the Royal Australian Air Force. However, the rank of Air Marshal was not used by the Australian Armed Forces until 1940 when Richard Williams, an RAF officer, was promoted. RAF insignia, command flag and star plate. The rank insignia consists of two narrow light blue bands over a light blue band on a broad black band. This is worn on the lower sleeves of the dress uniform or on the shoulders of the flying suit or working uniform. The command flag for an Air Marshal is defined by the single broad red band running in the center of the flag. The vehicle star plate for an Air Marshal depicts three white stars on an Air Force blue background. An RAF Air Marshal's sleeve, shoulder insignia. An RAF Air Marshal's mess sleeve insignia. An RAF Air Marshal's shoulder board. An RAF Air Marshal's sleeve on No. 1 service dress uniform. An RAF Air Marshal's command flag. An RAF Air Marshal's star plate. Other Air Forces. The rank of Air Marshal is also used in a number of the air forces in the Commonwealth, including the Bangladesh Air Force, Indian Air Force, Pakistan Air Force, Royal Australian Air Force and Royal New Zealand Air Force. It is also used in the Nigerian Air Force, Ghana Air Force, Hellenic Air Force of Zimbabwe and the Royal Thai Air Force. In the Indonesian Air Force, the equivalent rank is Marskal Major, which is often translated as Air Marshal in English. Similarly, the rank of in the Egyptian Air Force is commonly translated as Air Marshal, although the Arabic language names of officer ranks are the same across all of Egypt's military and paramilitary forces. An RAF Air Marshal's sleeve, shoulder insignia. A RNZAF Air Marshal's rank insignia. A Royal Thai Air Force Air Marshal's rank insignia. A Hellenic Air Force Air Marshal's rank insignia. An Indian Air Force Air Marshal's shoulder patch. A PAF Air Marshal's shoulder patch. Royal Australian Air Force in Australia. There are 4 appointments available for Air Marshals. The Chief of Air Force and, at times when they are occupied by Air Force officer, the Vice Chief of Defence Force, the Chief of Joint Operations, and the Chief of Capability Development Group. Royal New Zealand Air Force. In New Zealand, the head of the Air Force holds the lower rank of Air Vice Marshal. However, when an Air Force officer holds the country's senior military appointment, Chief of the New Zealand Defence Force, he is granted the rank of Air Marshal. The last Air Force Chief of the Defence Force was Air Marshal Sir Bruce Ferguson, who served in that appointment from 2001 to 2006. The full list of New Zealand Air Marshals is as follows. Sir Richard Boult, promoted 1976. Sir Ewan Jameson, promoted 1983. David Crooks, promoted 1986. Kerry Adamson. Sir Bruce Ferguson, promoted 2001. Royal Canadian Air Force. The Royal Canadian Air Force used the rank until the 1968 unification of the Canadian Forces, when Army-type rank titles were adopted and an Air Marshal became a Lieutenant General. In official French-Canadian usage, the rank title was Maréchal de l'Air. The Canadian Chief of the Air Staff ordinarily held the rank of Air Marshal. The following RCAF officers held the rank: Billy Bishop, rank retained on retirement; George Croyle, rank retained on retirement; Lloyd Samuel Bredner, subsequently promoted to Air Chief Marshal; Gus Edwards, rank retained on retirement; Albert Cuff, rank retained on retirement; Robert Leckie, rank retained on retirement; George Owen Johnson, rank retained on retirement; Wilfred Curtis, rank retained on retirement; Royce Lemon, rank retained on retirement; Frank Robert Miller, subsequently promoted to Air Chief Marshal; Hugh Campbell, rank retained on retirement; Claire Annis, rank retained on retirement; Clarence Dunlap, rank retained on retirement; William Ross McBrien, rank retained on retirement; Edwin Renner, later regraded to Lieutenant General. Marshal ranks in Brazil and Malaysia. The Brazilian Air Force does not use Air Marshal ranks as an equivalent to general ranks. Rather, it uses a number of ranks based on the word brigadier. However, its highest rank is Marechal d'Ar, the equivalent to a Brazilian Army Marshal. Marechal d'Ar can be translated as Air Marshal or Marshal of the Air. Similarly, the Royal Malaysian Air Force's 5-star rank of Marshal Udara translates as Air Marshal.